What's up everyone, it's the Alnamana King, and this is the first part to my 3-part review series of the Demon Slayer anime. And first off, we're going to start with the first season of Demon Slayer, Kyodai no Kizuna. So before we start, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and at the end of the video leave a comment in the section below, which will be gratefully appreciated. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Alnamana King for any channel updates or any news of what's to come. So without further ado, let's go. Welcome back everyone. First off, we're going to start off with a quick overview about the Demon Slayer series, season 1. So Demon Slayer is about a young boy named Tanjiro Kamado and his younger sister Nezuko, who has been transformed into a demon. So it starts off in the basis that Tanjiro stays away from the family overnight, only to come back to find out that his family has been slaughtered in the morning. He finds out they're all completely slaughtered, except for his younger sister Nezuko. So he tries to rush with Nezuko down the mountain to go and see a doctor. Then this is where Nezuko tries to attack Tanjiro, and Tanjiro realizes she's not herself, trying to hold her off from it. Then you get an arrival from one of the Demon Slayer, Harishima, who actually tries to kill Nezuko, but Tanjiro won't allow it. He lets Tanjiro know that, she's been transformed into a demon. So he's made the sole promise to make sure that he protects Nezuko, Tanjiro has, and that he will find a way to cure Nezuko. So he sees something in Tanjiro, and sends him to the old man that trained him. So Tanjiro trains for a couple of years, for 1 to 2 years. Then after he takes the Demon Slayer Corps examination, to which he passes, so he enters the Demon Slayer Corps. So you get to see that, and it's really good, you know what I mean? And also, once upon joining the Demon Slayer Corps, you get to see him fight various demons whilst trying to find out information on how to transform his sister back to a human. So with all of that said, let's talk about the visuals for a moment, because the art style, the animation, the fight scenes, I was amazed, I was impressed, I was fully impressed, The way the backgrounds are drawn as well for the characters, it's almost like got this realistic vibe to it, so it kind of feels like you're actually looking at the real world, but you're not, you know what I mean? It's more in animation form, so it's kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Fight scenes wise, you get to see a whole display of like brilliant moves that are wonderfully drawn, you know what I mean, and animated, and the different types of colors you see in the actual visuals are done quite on point. One of my favorite scenes has to be when they're fighting the demon Kyodai, who is a drum playing demon, and like the way it was so dynamic, like just whenever he hits the drum, the room would move, would turn around, would move, spin around. One other drum would be like an attack move, but the way they drew it in the animation, it was so realistic, so cool. I was like, yeah, I was impressed. I was like, right, they really put in work for this, you know what I mean? You got to give props to the studio Ufotable for that, because when I look at that, I was amazed. I was like, wow, those are some cool visuals. So it's enjoyable, you like that, you know what I'm saying? You're going to enjoy those visuals. Style is just brilliant. It's epic. You know what I'm saying? there's nothing more I can say on that. I was just highly impressed, you know. And it worked so well together. It was moving in the way it's framed when you're actually watching it, you know what I mean, and where it moves and transitions into another part of the story with different characters, and then maybe in another part of the building, or you know what I mean. It was good, you know what I'm saying. But that's not even just the only visuals, you know what I mean. Throughout the whole of the first season, you know, you see some really good visuals, especially when they go up against one of the lower upper ranks. You know, you get to see some great visuals from very different individuals. You know, you get to see some great fighting styles, some quality artwork, you know what I mean, and it's highly enjoyable, and it's not too bad, you know. It's like, for first season, that's literally, you know, it was, you know, amazing. It was like, wow, you know, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. I was like, rah, they actually worked really hard, because, you know, sometimes you might get a company when they do the first episode, it's not that great. And to be honest, the animation turns out not to be that great. But for a first season on Demon Slayer, it was actually quite brilliant. I was like, wow, you know, I am fully impressed. I really like this, you know. This looks like it can go, like it's gonna go far, you know what I mean? And if they keep doing that animation like this, then I'm not worried about other seasons, like animation wise and visual wise, you know. I just hope that they don't ever decide to change down the line the studio that animates Demon Slayer. I already know that the studio that animates Demon Slayer has also done the Mugen Train arc and the Entertainment District. So hopefully they are also still doing the Swordsmith Village arc as well when that when that comes out, because the visuals that they do, their drawings, they're brilliant, you know what I mean, their animation. So you got to give high props to them, you know what I mean. Well played, you know what I mean, for a first season, well played. Like, everything was quite on point, you know what I mean. There was nothing wrong with the animation. I had no complaints at all. It was actually that good. So you'll love that, you know what I mean, especially if you're an anime watcher and you do like to see the visuals, you know. And you know, it's cool art style, you know what I mean. And you got to appreciate the work, not just the characters, like behind like the background scenes, like when they're in certain places, you know. It's got this realistic vibe that makes you feel like, ooh, you know, I feel like I'm there, you know what I'm saying. Like, so it's actually very good, you know what I'm saying. So you got to give them high props to that. Definitely big ups to them for that, because that's actually what you want to see, like the detail, you know what I mean. You know, that's what makes anime and manga so great, is the detail as well, you know what I mean. Not just the stories are great, but however also the detail in the drawings and the artwork make you stay captivated by it, you know what I mean. And yeah, everything was just all captivating and just like kept you locked in, you know what I'm saying. And you know, I didn't want to stop watching. You know, I could rewatch the whole season again if I wanted to. I could rewatch the whole first season again, because it was just that good, you know what I mean. Visually it was brilliant and epic, you know. So hopefully, you know, you'll like it as much as I do, because you come to appreciate the work that they put in reenacting what's in the manga into animation, you know what I mean. And they do it very well and precise, and you know, you gotta get hands up to that, hands up to that, you know. It was epic, it was brilliant, you know. You'll enjoy it. Next up, let's talk about the story. You know, I liked it. It was very good. It was very well written. They didn't overdo it. It wasn't too much. And you know, you get to see various different characters, you know. You get to see the growth in those characters. The main character you see, you know, when he's training and that, and you get to see a lot of the time where he's training over the 2-year period before he enters the exam for the Demon Slayer Corps, and you get to see what he struggles through training, which is really good, you know. So you actually get to see that adaptation, and you know, I found that very compelling. It was good, you know what I mean. And it was done very well. You know, you also get to see various different amount of characters introduced, right, you know, and they get a decent amount of screen time, so it's not just all focused on the one character, Tanjiro, it was focused on many other different characters as well, you know. So it's building up that story, it's building up that premise, which is really good. I like the way that they develop certain characters, you know. At first, you know, let's be real, there is that character that was a little bit annoying at first because he was whining and always crying all the time, you know, the scaredy cat. I think you all know who that is, Zenitsu, right? But then, you know, you get to see him display some cool moves, you know, and then you start to actually understand his backstory, you know. And as the story gets along, you get to see like him learn and grow as a character as well, you know. He displays off some good moves, so it's not just him being annoyance. You get to appreciate the character more because you start to find out a little bit more about that character, why they're like that, and so on, how they trained and how, you know what I'm saying. So it was actually pretty good, pretty well done. One of the main things that I like about the story is the display that they showed of the demons in their former life when they were human. So as certain demons may be dying, memories of their human life come back to them, and you start to see the pain and the anguish that they suffered. So, you know, you get to understand them a little bit more and why they're like that, you know what I mean? And even where, in a sense, that some of you actually may feel more connected to the backstory of what the demon went through when they was in human form. So they did that very well, you know. It was very well played, smartly done, and you know, it's enjoyable, you know. It's a good story. It's the season 1's story going all the way through, brilliant, you know what I mean? No problems with it. You will enjoy it. I will recommend it to you to have a watch of it, you know what I mean, if you haven't watched it already. That was pretty on point, you know. Not the greatest, not 100% perfect, but pretty on point, you know. So with that being said, summary wise, to sum it all up, first season of Demon Slayer, I thought, yeah, it was really impressive, really good. I enjoyed it a lot, you know. It was fun watching, you know. You had some funny moments, you know, had the serious moments, the sad moments, and you know, you get a lot from it, you know what I mean. It's a good experience, so I would recommend it to anyone to watch. I would not say don't watch it, don't sleep on it. That's what I will say. Don't sleep on it, watch it, because you will enjoy it, you know what I mean, if you haven't watched it. Now if I was to give this a rating out of 10, I would give this a 8 out of 10, because at the end of the day, nothing's 100% perfect. Even though it was brilliant, it was the beginning premise for the Demon Slayer anime to go forward, you know what I mean. It was the beginning for the Demon Slayer anime to go forward, but it was done so well, that's why I will give it an 8 out of 10. I won't give it anything higher than that, because we still got a lot more to see. There's a lot more to come, you know, from visuals to story to characters, you know, to their growth, you know, designs of new moves and things like that. So yeah, all in all, that's my final rating for it. I would give 8 out of 10, and you know, it was brilliant. I enjoyed it. So that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I look forward to actually bringing you the second part to my 3-part review series of the Demon Slayer anime. Next up, we'll be moving on to the Mugen Train arc, so that will come in a couple of days, and I hope you enjoy it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and comment in the section below. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at @AlnoManaKing for any updates. So until next time, peace.